Look how dirty this window is. Alright, here getting my R8 its weekly wash. I try to bring it over here at least once a week. They do a great job giving it a hand wash here. Kind of tough to get over here as much as possible. The car definitely needed the wash today. It's been raining a lot, got super dirty. So today I want to talk to you about why I actually chose to get the R8 and what I love about the R8. You know, I get asked the question all the time, why didn't I get a Huracan, or even sometimes I get asked why I didn't get a GTR or a Bentley. See, this car has always been one of my dream cars. I've always wanted this car, but it was always going to be used as a stepping stone. I was going to plan to get, you know, Lamborghini Huracan, upgrade from there, upgrade from there. You know, I've always been a car guy, and I've always wanted to have, you know, a garage full of nice cars. But this was essentially just going to be a stepping stool for me to get to the next level. Now, I don't think that way at all. This has now become an actual dream car of mine that I love and want to keep for a long time. See, while I love other cars like Rolls Royces, Lamborghinis, and Ferraris, and I do want to have those someday, picturing giving up this car actually makes me sad. This is going to be a car I'm going to want for a long time, and potentially it'll always be my favorite daily driver. So what I love so much about the exterior of this car is that it gives off both a flashy and classy look at the same time. You know, I live here in Georgia, so it's not like being in LA where, you know, one of these would be a dime a dozen and you've got LaFerraris and the super cars all the time. You know, around here, you know, this is one of the nicer cars you'll see. And so what I love about it is that it's got a very aggressive look, but at the same time, it still has that Audi class. So first off, right off the bat, what always gets noticed is the aggressive front end. The aggressive front end, the wide body with the LED lights. Now these LED lights stick out like crazy. We've got the red brake calipers, say R8 on them. And then we've got the infamous carbon fiber. This is arguably one of the reasons why the R8's become so popular and so recognized, is that carbon fiber strip on the side. And then what gets noticed all the time anywhere I park, especially the gym, is the engine being shown in the back. This is one of the big reasons that I get a lot of attention for this car. So what's great is that this car is very aggressive, stands out, but it still has a level of class. It's not just gonna hit you in the face super flashy, which is nice, but it still has that level of class that if I'm not trying to be just ultra flashy and I wanna be kind of inconspicuous, I'll still have a level of that too. Let's go on and talk about the interior. So when I first saw this car online, I saw that it had the interior in candy red, which I couldn't stand at first. I've always been a black on black guy, or, you know, white exterior with tan interior, but I've never liked red interiors, and especially not a candy red. So I decided to still give it a chance and go take a look. And when I actually got there in person, it was more of like a almost burgundy red. And so, you know, it actually grew on me. I test drove it and I actually ended up liking it. It gave it a little bit more of a unique feel and kind of a more flashy sports car feel. And so the interior overall is very nice. It definitely feels like, you know, an above average car, but you know, it's not anything that's just gonna completely wow you. It's, you know, it's a typical Audi interior, you know, a little bit higher end interior, but nothing too crazy. So, you know, it's not like a Lamborghini where you've got the suede chairs and all of that, but it definitely does its job. It's very nice. So the interior is not my favorite on this car, although I do love it. My interior, you know, is probably my least favorite thing on this car. So let's go and talk about my actual favorite thing about this car and why I absolutely love this car as my daily driver. So my absolute favorite thing about this car and why I choose to have it as my daily driver is because of how it drives. When I first got this car and was first test driving this car, I thought it was gonna be in a very aggressive feel, a built for the track feel. which it does have. But what's great about it and how I can have it as my daily driver is that if I want to have more of a luxury car feel, it has that as well. So I've got on this is a 2015 V8. It's not a V10. And I do attribute that as one of the reasons why I think it's great for a daily driver, but it drives so insanely smooth. You know, this isn't like, you know, the other supercars I've test driven and everything like that, that, you know, you can tell they were just built for the track. You know, Audi did a great job on this car by having it both fun. If I want to drive it hard, I can drive this car hard. Now it's not going to be, you know, like a Lamborghini Aventador. You know, I can't drive it like that. But if I want to drive it hard, I can still drive this hard. But if I want to take my wife out on a date and she wants more of a luxury feel, I've got that as well. So that's my biggest reason I absolutely love this car, love it as a daily driver. So people always ask me what's next. So like I said before, the plan was not to have this forever. The plan was to go ahead and have this until I decide to go ahead and upgrade to either Huracan or whatever it ends up being. So I don't know. I plan to keep this car for quite a while, especially as my daily driver. If I decide to go ahead and get another car, it'll probably be in addition to this car. I probably won't trade in this car for another one. So the other cars on my list, yes, I do want a Lamborghini, but then down the line, my big dream goal is a Rolls-Royce Wraith. Now with the Rolls-Royce, even if I can afford it, you know, in a year or a couple of years, I'm not gonna get it then. The reason is a Rolls-Royce for me is a long-term goal that I wanna hit certain benchmarks in my businesses. I wanna get my businesses to a certain point before I justify getting that. That for me is a very long-term kind of pinnacle goal for me. And so, you know, the Rolls-Royce won't be anytime soon. Now, Lamborghini, something like that, that could be much sooner. So those are definitely next on my list. Probably Lamborghini Huracan Performante. That would be the next car I want in my garage after I get my wife a car. She's got a car she's wanting to get, so that'll probably be the next thing. But at the same time, it's always thinking about what's a smart investment. You know, if you can figure out how to use nice cars as investments. You just need to know how to do it right. Do you want to buy? Do you want to lease? I bought this, but you know, the next car might be a lease. It all depends on, you know, what's the smart financial decision, what's going to elevate your businesses rather than take away from them. So I hope you guys found value in this. I wanted to go ahead and show you this car. I get asked the question all the time why I chose to get the R8. So now you know. You know, if you've got any questions about it, feel free to leave me a question in the comments. I'd love to go ahead and answer your questions. Please leave me a like on this, hit subscribe if you haven't already. I continue to push out insane value to you guys every day to grow you personally and financially as well. You guys can definitely achieve goals like this, guys. If you want to get a GTR, you want to get an R8, you want to get an i8, you want to get a Lamborghini Aventador, you guys can do it. Just keep grinding hard, keep pushing forward, and you guys will get there. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.